All right, YouTube, good morning. Good morning. Gonna put it in the Telegram right now. I posted on Instagram that we were live. If you guys aren't following on Instagram, go ahead and follow me. It's in the video description. I'm going to share now with our Telegram chat. If you guys aren't in that as well, that's also in the video description. But we are going to post that we are live in the Telegram now. That way everyone can get in here. Guys, we are just under 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you guys are watching this and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. You're going to help us hit that goal. A huge milestone. We just started the YouTube channel up about 5 months ago, and by the grace of God, we are almost at 2,000 already. But we're going to let everyone get in here. Once you guys are actually in the stream, you guys know the drill. Start commenting. That way we can get things started. Morning, Luca. Good to see you, brother. Getting everyone in here today. We are starting off the trading day today with a $10,900 account. We're going to try to grow it some. As everyone's starting to get in here, now that it's posted in the Telegram, I'm going to read the word for the day that we're really going to keep meditating on and remembering as we keep going forward, right? It's so essential to stay humble as we move forward, as we keep executing. We don't, even if we're seeing profit and progress, if we let that get to us, a winning streak or profits can be just as bad and detrimental to our progress as a losing streak can be, right? You have to have balance, you have to be centered, you have to understand that God is giving us this ability, and if you get too in your head and you think you puff yourself up, it's like overconfidence is just as bad as no confidence, right? So we constantly want to remember that, you know, this is God giving us the ability to do this, and that He's going to see the growth on His own terms, and we're just going to keep showing up and doing what we know how to do and execute, and then He's going to make the rest happen as we stay disciplined and as we stay obedient. So you guys know Deuteronomy 8:18. We're going to say it. I remember the Lord my God, for it is He who gives me the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant which He swore to my forefathers. And then Deuteronomy 28:8. The Lord shall command the blessing upon me in my storehouse and all that I undertake. The Lord makes me to have a surplus of prosperity through the fruit of my body. He blesses me in the land which He gives me. Now I could go deeper spiritually too, but there's a reason we're speaking God's word too, and the Bible tells us that um, God's angels are waiting and they're listening all around the earth, waiting for God's word to be spoken. And when they hear God's word spoken, they carry it out. That's the word of God. That's what He tells us. So when we speak the word of God, there's actually angels waiting in the spirit all around us, waiting to carry His word out. Um, Jumping into the charts today, guys, you guys can see price actually just shot up here. I'll pull it over. There is no news right now, actually. I thought there was some 945 today. There's not, but we did have CAD CPI this morning, which was slightly weak for CAD when it comes to the year over year, and the trimmed CPI as well. A little bit lower than expected, so I'm sure we can maybe see CAD going up some. We can, ever since about 8:30. So that's something to keep in mind, but we haven't seen any U.S. dollar news. So there's no U.S. dollar news today, at least orange or red folder. And so with that being said, we're hopefully going to get a clean setup. Hopefully the markets are presenting themselves a little bit better than they did yesterday. If you guys are in the stream, comment something in the chat. That way we can get the engagement up. It helps spread the what's it called? The algorithm or whatever. But we've got about 4 or 5 minutes here too before we switch to the Japanese candlesticks, and that way we can start doing our technical analysis. We don't want to get in too early because we want to stick really close to that 10 a.m. time frame where we can start to see that volume kick in, that liquidity injection. That way we can really have the best setup. Hey Antonio, yes sir, let's have a good day. Let's do this too. let me go to our trading journal. Let me make it light, that way it's easier to see for everyone. Okay, cool. So this is where we're at so far this week. We're up $100 and going to try to grow it. Guys, ideally, if we're making 2.5% every week, we are on track to get this from 9K to 1 mil in 4 years with no deposits. And if we do 5% a week, it would be like 2 years with no deposits. So over time, you know, in the next month or 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is, when I'm able to, I'll probably deposit a little bit more. And it probably won't be much, maybe just an extra $1,000, $2,000. But then if we keep getting over 2.5%, we're golden. And so you can see for the most part every week we've done over 2.5%, and that's 10% a month. But you get 2.5% a week compounding, that turns into something huge pretty quick, pretty quick. We just have to remember, guys, like I said yesterday, we have to be the person that can show up every day and execute, right? Day in and day out. It's a process. It's not a quick one either. Hey, Florian, good to see you in here again. We're doing good. Getting ready to switch to the candles. We always start on the line chart. That way we don't get in the market early because we see a early setup. We try to keep our entries no earlier than 9:55 to around 10 a.m. Luca, I saw that in the Telegram. You did that was a good move, and you executed properly. You took your profits right when you needed to. You played defense. Defense is the best and only offense. Hey, Zarab. So we've got about 2 minutes here, and then we'll switch candles. But we'll see if we can't get the charts to present itself a little better for us today. Guys, yesterday we sat on our hands for an hour. I wasn't even sure if we were going to get a setup. The dollar was so weak, and then the only setup that we got was on US franc going the other way, strong for the dollar. But if you guys saw, when price cleared that low and then tapped into that demand, it was all the better for us to at least get price to go up a little bit. I actually didn't even look at the chart yesterday and see what price did after. I've been trying not to because it can just mess with you. So I don't know if price ended up going up or down yesterday after that. Yeah, Luca, sometimes the slow days, the down days, the break even days, those can be the most beneficial to people watching, because I've been trading for 3 years, and while I'm not this massive trader, we are seeing some progress, and I feel like we're really finally stepping into it. But it's taken a lot of 3 years, or 3 years of a lot of mistakes, right? Of a lot of not being able to sit there, of going against the plan, stuff like that. So we're just looking for a small movement today, guys. Looking to the left, we are so far from anything. I'm not even going to mark anything up. Euro US dollar is strong. It is going up. We will more than happily continue that momentum. If price wants to continue higher, that would be our closest and best entry for Euro US dollar. AUD USD, same thing. Price is just trailing up. There's nothing much to the left right now. So same thing, guys. We'll look to take price up some if price wants to go higher. We'll see, though, how price starts playing out. I don't think we're taking any entries just yet off anything. We've got some supply up here on US CAD. Let me make that a little better. Supply off there on US CAD, guys. We looked at the folder this morning. CAD CPI is weak for CAD. So that's how it came out. Whether price goes up all day or not, who's to tell? We'll see. Price could honestly go down from here a little bit after taking out this high and giving that selling pressure like that. We'll see, though. US dollar, Swiss franc. Nothing to the left except this. Well, honestly, with that being such a sharp move like that, we'll put that demand right there. If it wasn't such a strong move like that, I wouldn't draw that on. and then just because it's so far to the left, and we'll put supply on right here, and we'll wait, guys. So we'll wait for price to see what it wants to tap into, any supply or demand on any of these pairs. But this is one thing that I've been trying to do lately. I haven't really been saying it out loud, but I've been trying to see, okay, the correlation of the US dollar across all these pairs. So the dollar is clearly weak right now, short term on US franc. Dollar's strong on US CAD. The reason being, though, is because CAD is just much weaker, in my opinion. But if you see, the US dollar is weak actually on AUD USD as well, and the dollar is weak on Euro US dollar as well. It could be turning, I don't know. We're going to be patient, wait and see. This price could go higher here, honestly, because we did get some volume to kick in right here, and then price didn't grab like this high or anything, right? It doesn't have to, but I would like price to like grab that high and then go lower. But we'll see. Overall, though, being on the buy side of the sell side of the dollar is going to be a better move. Euro US dollar tapping into some demand right now. Also didn't really even clear that high, right? It barely did, but if people are putting their stop losses, they're probably putting them up like a little bit above it. So I wouldn't even say that like took stop losses or anything. Let's go to the 1 hour just to see really quick what is over to the left and if price could go higher. Yeah, I mean, price could definitely go higher. It hasn't tapped all the way into that supply up there. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Rob. So we've got two potential plays right now to get on the same side of the dollar weakness. AUD USD or Euro USD. US dollar francs just dropping. US CAD's probably not our best bet, because if the dollar's weak and CAD's weak, it's going to be a little more rocky. So I really like Euro US dollar right now to just continue going higher with it, especially after yesterday, guys. You guys saw like that is literally all we saw yesterday. It's definitely on the right side of where volume's at right now. This would be a good trade to put our stop loss under to go higher. People are probably trying to sell it, a lot of retail, honestly. So this is the setup we're going to take. It falls right in line with our trading hours and our time, and we're going to try to trail price up and take price as high as we can go today, guys. We're going to trail it candle to candle, though. But we're going to wait for this candle to get a little bit closer to its close. And we're going to buy Euro US dollar. We're going to put our stop loss, it's 3.7 pips to the bottom, so we're going to put it at 4.7 pips. And this is going to be our trade for the day, guys. And as we see price go up for us, we'll lock in profits and trail price higher. Let's go really quick to the higher time frame, though, and see like the highs of where price could push if price does push for us. Let me switch to the 4 hour because that's way too hard for anyone to see right now. So price could potentially be going to these highs. That is an area of interest that we want to pay attention to. We'll see, though, if we can get it. We'll see if we can get it. I don't see why price would turn from here, but we're on the right side. It could do whatever it wants, but we're on the right side of the US dollar right now. And we're going to see if we can't just see something like yesterday where price is just going to keep continuing for us. It's going immediately against us today, guys. But we're going to see if that line can hold. It's reacting again off of that opening price of the demand. We'll see if it holds for us, guys. Hey Vic Rant, welcome to the channel. We just take one trade a day, taking these supply and demand line setups, and we're betting on Euro US dollar continuing to go higher, and we'll see if we end up getting that or not. Are you guys trading anything right now? Are you guys in anything? Or did you guys trade New York at all today? I used to trade at 8 a.m. That used to be the time I was always getting in the markets, but I like, honestly, 10 a.m. a lot better now. Nice, Luca. Yeah, if price holds this demand line right here and doesn't cross the bottom of this candle, I mean, it really could be a good trade, but it's pushing against us. Let's see this. Now this candle just made a lower low when it comes to the actual range of the candles. We got taken out, guys. We got taken out. That is all she wrote for today. A little bit bigger of a loss too, guys. Let's go to the journal. Stop loss hit. This first time stop loss got hit in a little while, so let's put it on the journal. It's part of the process though, guys. We just take one setup a day, let the numbers play out, and ultimately the account will grow. Some days it's longer, some days it's faster, but you can't win every day. We were on a 3-day win streak, and so now we have lost, but we pushed up a good amount of profits in those 3 days, so it definitely did our account some good. Alright, I'm gonna bring over the journal, guys. Yeah, you can see the last 3 days have brought our account up nice. We lost about 200 today, so we're only down 100 for the week. Price just went, so guys, price went just straight for our stop loss too, but you have to remember, like, often even if we do get tapped out on a trade, it's very rare that it's just going straight to our stop loss. Usually we'll get a candle that pushes for us and then we can take off half the risk. So we're playing defense the right way. It's been able to keep the account in a steady uptrend, but of course in all uptrends, guys, there's some pullbacks. We hate to see it today. Let's look at what everything else is doing. It honestly still might go up, but I'm gonna be done for the day. I'm gonna stick to the rules that I've put in place and just be done. Everything's just kind of wicking back and forth. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for the day. Really short stream. Oh, you're long in NAS and NQ. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I really did like this trade. We've taken trades like this over the past few weeks here, and we've made money. So it's like some you get and some you don't. The thing is though, this trade had a lot of potential if price just wanted to keep going higher like it's just been doing, especially with volume coming in the market. I mean, we could have literally been getting close to like eight times our risk if price would have pushed all the way up and we could have trailed it. Just like it did yesterday, guys. You see, we could have been trailing candle to candle. But yesterday we didn't have an entry. Today we did have an entry. It did look like it was going to continue just because of the dollar weakness on US dollar Swiss franc. We just see the dollar melting. And then overall AUD USD, same thing. It's going up too. AUD USD entry we still would have been in that one unless it's getting taken out right now. But let's go to the journal, guys. Even though we lost, our risk is still minimal. Like, I think we kept our risk under 2%. So even when we take a full loss like that, guys, our risk isn't that bad, especially when there's days we're winning like 3%, stuff like that. So But yeah, if you guys are new, keep coming back every day. Sometimes the streams are longer, sometimes they're short like this, sometimes they're somewhere in the middle. When they're somewhere in the middle, that's usually the best days where we hit a good trade for about 20-30 minutes. But I'll show you guys too after we do this daily dollar amount. I'm gonna show you guys where we're at overall for the streams, and how many trading days we've been trading, ever since we switched over and got locked back in with the live streams and the supply and demand line strategy. So, okay, really quick. Yeah, we only lost 1.87% today. Followed our execution though, so everything was good. We just didn't hit. Okay. I'm gonna see what we're up right now. Guys, the goal is to be up 10% every 20 trading days. And so we are now up from the starting balance 14% in the last 19 trading days. So we're hitting our goal no matter what tomorrow, because our risk isn't going to be over 4% clearly. We've got 8 losses out of the last 22 trades. So our win rate is 63%, and we're up 14% in the last 19 trading days. So guys, tomorrow we're going to have our first set of 20 trading days, which is technically a trading month with these live streams, and we're hitting our goal. So we've already hit it. Even if we lose tomorrow, we've already hit the goal, and then the goal is to get 10% or anything above that every 20 trading days, and then we can get this account to 1 mil within 4 years if we hit 10%. If we hit anything above it, it's going to be sooner. Yeah, Euro's it's dropping now. But you guys see that even on the 4 hour, it's been doing nothing but going up. There's been nothing but buyers in the market. So short term, we just didn't get it going up further. Probably would have been a better entry. It probably would have been a better entry, like clearing, what's it called? Clearing like this right here, and then entering off of like demand right here. But guys, the reason I really like this trade anyway to begin with was because I really thought, like, this is like kind of my thought process too sometimes, guys, is like, okay, if people saw like this high right here getting wicked out like that, like in my opinion, like back in the day when I first started trading, I would try to reverse this whole thing, right? And so there's so many times I've seen price like just go, like I would try to short, it would take out the stop, and then it would just go higher all day long, right? And so you wouldn't even get it to go down that low. So like honestly, I really like this setup. It's a setup I would take again. The thing is though, even if it's a good setup and even if you would take it over and over again, you still might only win it like 6 out of 10 times, 7 out of 10 times. It's just part of the game. Did Frank bounce back up? Yeah, it did. Honestly, about to hold that supply. But now I'm done, guys. And that's a lot of volume to the upside from somewhere to the left. Not quite where we were at, but yeah. So, guys, this is the journal. We're down about $100 for the week. We are going to come back tomorrow with just shy of $10,700. But, guys, we don't lower our lot size when we're losing. We don't need to. We're using a certain risk management in which we would be able to trade our same lot size until this is actually a good lesson that I had to learn, and it took a while to learn it. Depending on your broker's leverage, guys, and depending on the risk you're using, it's so important, at least for me, to make sure that I'm not using a lot size that if I lose, I have to lower it, right? Because if you have to lower your lot size when you lose, you're gonna dig a hole that's deeper than you intended to dig, right? So if I have to lower my lot size now, it's going to take more pips or more a bigger move for me to get out of that hole than I'm in now. So I only raise it with the high water mark, and for me to not be able to trade this lot size with my broker's leverage, I would have to lose, I think, 40% of my account, right? And the way we're managing risk and playing defense, it's a safe bet that I'm not gonna have to do that, right? So that's why I do the lot size the way I do it. Just so you guys know, I trade 30 leverage, which is a lot, but it's not a lot when you're trading the 5 minute time frame, when you're getting entries as specific as putting your stop loss behind one candle. It's super important to take these things into consideration. But one thing, like above all else, guys, make sure you have a lot size that you're not going to have to lower when you lose your trade. If you have to lower your lot size, you're going to dig a huge hole, and it's going to be so hard to get out of. I've done it so many times where I've used all my leverage on the account, would lose $1,000, and then I would have to make a move in the market equivalent to what would have made me like 1,500 to get it back. But yeah, guys, short day today. I just wanted to get on, share a little bit a little bit of wisdom and gems I've learned after too. I think it's still important that even if the trades are short, that we get on here and talk. That way we can continue to grow together. It helps me too, because it helps me reflect on the trading day and reflect on like thinking about the right things and really keeping my mindset sharp in the market, right? Because at the end of the day, when you lose, it doesn't, like after like 3 years of trading, I still get upset that I just lost. Like I'm still like it still hurts a little bit, right? But I just know better not to get back in the market, to stick to the plan. I realize that this plan long term is making me money. I realize that we're locked in, but you guys, you can still see there's still some red days, and ultimately that's just part of it. It's just a numbers game. So it still hurts though. Like I would just say that after a while, those emotional things just start to break in you, and you start to get stronger, and you start to know better. Like you can only make the same mistake so many times before you just get sick and tired of it, right? Like if I get upset and I trade again today and I lose $500 more, I guarantee that's it's gonna be a terrible day. I probably throw out my strategy. I probably won't trade tomorrow, or if I do trade tomorrow, it'll be just as bad. Like you got to take those things into consideration. Those are things you can only learn by experience, right? Like I've only really come to understand those things because I've made those mistakes over and over again, where I'll turn $100 losing day or $200 losing day like this into like a negative 1,000, negative 2,000. That does something to you. It really starts to break something in you. And so when people come to me and they're like, should I trade, a paper account for a while? I never will tell anyone to ever paper trade, because there's just things that paper trading is never going to teach you. Like you have to put into an account what you are willing to lose, and it has to be enough too where there's some skin in the game where it's going to hurt a little bit, but not like you don't want to be irresponsible and like put up rent money or anything like that. But you want to put in enough where it's like, okay, I'm invested. If I lose this, it's going to hurt a little bit, but I'm trying to develop those things because there's so much more risk if you quit than the little bit you could lose right now, right? So these are good things to meditate on, to think about, guys. But we're going to close down the stream for today. I appreciate everyone joining and watching. It looks like the dollar is flipping its direction, which is okay. We didn't get the setup today like we wanted to. That's just part of it, and we'll be back tomorrow and try to get the setup then. But I love you guys. I appreciate all of you for joining, for real. If you guys aren't in the Telegram, it's completely free. It's just a place where I connect my YouTube with my community, and I show a complete transparency report in here too. You guys can see the dollar amount, the percent, the actual account balance every day, my actual chart I traded, and I post it every day after the streams. That way everyone can come in here and see the actual progress. You can kind of see, if you pay attention to the numbers, you can see the balance curve, the equity growth. And then we've also got a live chat in here that we started last week. You guys can join. The link is plugged in one of the pins up here in the main chat. So guys, join these, and I also post in here when I go live. That way we can all get notified. So I will see you guys tomorrow. It's good to see you in here, Florian, for real. It is good to see you. I was thinking about that all day yesterday. Have a nice day, guys. Love you all. See you tomorrow.